Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to give my little thoughts on the press conference that took place recently between Devin Haney and George Kambosos. Now, as you guys know, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is the most significant fight of 2022. I mean, there's just so much on the line. You got Devin Haney, who's been long built up as the next face of American boxing, the golden boy of American boxing. He's getting his chance to finally have his moment in the sun, so to speak, and become the first undisputed lightweight champion since the great Pernell Whitaker. So, he's in a great position. George Kambosos has a chance to really, stick his flag in the ground and let people know that the Teofimo Lopez win wasn't no fluke, and that he's here to stay, and that he's here to not just take part, but take over and reign for a long time as champion. Now, I like the press conference. I feel like George Kambosos has, ever since he's gotten the belts, he's actually gotten a extra layer of confidence, which is kind of crazy because anybody who knows George, like, I don't know George like that, but I know a lot of people who know him because George did a lot of his training camps in South Florida at Centeno Sweatbox Gym in Davie, Florida. So I know a lot about George Kambosos without really having to know him. I've always heard even before the T.O. fight, even before like the Lee Selby fight, back when he was fighting like Mickey Bay, and even before that, I used to go to the gym and people used to tell me stories about him. And they used to say, George Kambosos, he's just like the ultimate confident alpha male, right? I used to hear these things. And then as he got more famous and as I got to see him a bit more in the media, all that was proven to be true. Now, he's pretty much telling Devin, he's told Devin that, I wasn't backed into this corner, because Devin Haney was saying that George had to take the fight. He was backed into a corner. George told Devin he was on his A-side emperor shit. He told Devin, no, you didn't back me into no corner. We picked you. You're the one who said, take the same deal as Loma, and now you're on a different network. So I made you move. I didn't go to you. You came to me. He's on that whole tip. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty good back and forth between them. Devin Haney said, stop calling me a boy, because George kept calling him boy. And Devin said, you better stop calling me boy, because I'm a man. And you will address me as such. And if you don't address me as such, you're going to find out come June 5th. So just great back and forth. I really think this is shaping up to be the fight of 2022. Not just because of what it means from a historical standpoint. Like, whoever wins this fight is the first undisputed, like clear-cut undisputed lightweight champion since Pernell Whitaker. Because now, look, and I want to address this too. With the whole Devin Haney franchise situation, I'm glad that this fight is happening, so we can clear all that up, because it was annoying as hell when Teofimo had all the belts and Devin had the WBC franchise belt or whatever, or the WBC belt, and Teo had the franchise belt, whatever it was. It was just good. It's just good now that whoever wins this fight, they can get the just due. We can have a clear-cut guy in the lightweight division. There won't be any ways to muddy up the waters. And I'm a fan of that. But, Devin has a chance to finally show the world what he can do. And you got to respect him. I think at this point, if you're a Devin Haney hater still, at this point, if you're not giving this young man his credit at this point, then you have issues, because there's no, I'm sorry, but I don't know of too many fighters in boxing, particularly here in America, who would sign up to fight on a whole nother continent in a whole nother weird ass time zone twice. Because you got to remember, if he wins the first fight, he got to fight him again in Australia. So he's taking not one fight in his backyard, but if he wins 2 fights in his backyard, plus a potential third Lomachenko fight after that, okay? So Devin Haney, he grabbed his balls, all right? He's done what I've asked many fighters to do in the past, which is, find their balls from the promoters' purses, and let's behave like men. Let's behave like gentlemen. Let's behave like bosses. He bossed up. He played him and Bill. Sorry to say, but it's the truth. Him and Bill Haney, they played Eddie Hearn straight like a fiddle. Okay, they used them for what they needed them for, and when the best deal came on the table, they went with the Godfather. They went with Top Rank, and now Devin and George, I think it's actually going to be good for Devin and George because now they're going to fight on ESPN. More people will see them. Their profiles will build up. So it's overall, it's better. It's better for the fighters. I believe from what I was reading that this whoever wins this fight, when this fight happens, it'll probably be on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. I was hearing that the price point's looking at something like $39.99 here in America. So make of that what you will. But yeah, just overall, a really good press conference. You can see what it means to both of them. You could see the seriousness on George's face. George wants to prove to the world that not only is he a guy that has the belts, but he's not going to be here for 5 minutes. He's going to be here for a long time. He's going to be one of them guys that when you talk about the big names in boxing, when you talk about the guys that are carrying mainstream boxing on their shoulders, he's going to be that guy. When you talk about the faces of boxing, like your Canelos, like your Furies, like your Chocolatito Gonzalez's, like them guys, like your Terrence Crawford, like your Earl Spence. When you talk about the guys that are shouldering the burden of carrying the sport on their shoulders, you're gonna have to start mentioning George Kambosos' name. And he looks like he's pissed off for greatness. And I love seeing that from a fighter. And as for Devin Haney, he looks like he's ready to show the world that he is what they said he was. He is that next superstar fighter. He is that next, creme de la creme, top shelf American fighter. So I'm excited, man. I mean, 50,000 plus people at the Marvel Stadium, which, by the way, when I was watching the press conference, they kept saying Marvel Stadium at first, but I didn't realize when they said the Marvel Stadium that it was actually like the Marvel company, the Marvel, like the superhero company, the one that makes like Spider-Man and Captain America and all those movies. So that's pretty damn cool that Marvel, actually has a stadium. And they're gonna be the biggest fight of the year is gonna be at the Marvel Stadium. So who knows, man? Maybe Spider-Man shows up. So yeah, man, that's just my little thoughts on George and Devin. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I kind of wanted to get this out there. I'm gonna be talking a lot about this fight, like as things continue to happen and as things continue to be said and new developments. Any excuse to talk about this fight, I will, because as far as I'm concerned. Apart from Andrade versus Parker, because I'm very excited for that fight, this is, to me, is the fight in boxing. There is no fight right now that I'm more excited about than Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. So you can say the date, June the 5th. George Kambosos is saying that Devin Haney, once he feels that power, he's going to run, because he got hit by real lightweights. Or no, he got hit by guys that weren't real lightweights and was doing the chicken dance. So what's going to happen when George Kambosos, who's been getting stronger in the gym, when he hits him, he's talking that big boy shit, and George Kambosos got me real excited. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys give me your thoughts on what took place at the press conference. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.